Welcome back for another episode of Book Depths and Insights. This one is sure to teach you something. Today, we're going to go on a truly amazing journey as we read through the pages of educated Tara Westover's captivating memoir. The powerful, nonfiction memoir Educated came out in 2018 from Random House, and Second Sally Lemonade bought the rights to publish it. In this amazing work, Westover writes about her amazing journey, which starts with her childhood spent mostly alone in the mountains of rural Idaho, where she didn't go to school, and ends with her getting a PhD in history from Cambridge University. What an amazing trip. The book talks about the complicated nature of family life, the unique experiences of women in Idaho, the basics of survivalism, the different aspects of homeschooling, the problems women face in college, the effects of family violence, and the unique traits of Idaho's subculture. We are invited into Westover's world through her vivid stories. This world has been shaped by her family's unusual beliefs and her own never-ending quest for knowledge. So, what does the word educated really mean? A big idea in this memoir is how education can change people, and it shows how powerful that idea is. During her formative years, Tara Westover did not go to school because her father did not trust mainstream society and was sure that the end of the world was near. This meant that a lot of people didn't get a formal education. As she grew up, she lived with a mother who often treated injuries she got while working in the family's scrap metal business. Her mother later became a midwife and an expert in herbal remedies. Because her family lived alone, Tara didn't know much about important events in history or social norms. In an early story, she was confused when she was told to find FDR during a community play and thought it was a piece of equipment. Even though these big problems were happening, Tara's desire to learn started to grow. It was her brother Tyler who first pushed her to pursue academic goals. She started to learn on the side by reading old textbooks over and over again. Eventually, she was brave enough to leave her family and go to Brigham Young University, BYU, to get a real education. Her first few days at college were extremely upsetting. She felt completely out of sync with herself and her classmates, and she was filled with moments of profound ignorance. She had a hard time with basic ideas in Shakespeare and American history. Names like Cicero and Hume were completely new to her. Even so, she not only caught up, but also did very well in school, showing that it is possible to grow intellectually, even from the strangest beginnings. This was possible thanks to the huge amount of work she put in and the help she got from people like Professor Steinberg. Here are some of the deeper lessons that can be learned from the book Educated. The complex connection between being loyal to your family and trying to understand yourself is one of the most important things that can be learned. The trip Tara took to get more education grew the distance between her and her family, whose deeply held beliefs were at odds with the new view of the world she was developing. The memoir beautifully shows how painful it can be to question deeply held family stories, like her father's version of the Weaver's story, and to deal with tough family dynamics, like her contentious relationship with her abusive brother, Sean. Many people can relate to Tara's struggle to find a balance between her love for her family and her desire for intellectual and personal freedom. It also shows how hard it can be for people to make choices when they are looking for their own truth. Another important thing to remember is how important perspective is and how subjective reality is. As Tara learns more, she begins to understand that the world she knew on Buck's Peak was only one view of reality, shaped largely by her father's strong beliefs. This realization comes to Tara as she learns more. After realizing that history is made up by the people who tell the stories, she becomes interested in historiography. She can now question the absolute she was taught and appreciate the different points of view that exist because she understands them better. A lot of this book is about how our personal experiences and the information we are exposed to shape how we see the world. It also talks about how education can give us the tools to think critically about these outside influences. Aside from that, Educated stresses how important it is to find your own voice and develop your own identity. Tara's journey isn't just about learning facts, it's also about learning how to think for yourself and make things up in your head. The problems she had at first while in college, like feeling like she was talking to people from another dimension, slowly went away as she gained confidence in her own intelligence and the ability to deal with ideas that were hard to understand. The events she learned about, like the Holocaust and the Civil Rights Movement, which she had never heard of before, had a big impact on how she saw the world. The memoir is a stunning example of how brave it is to question your own past and make a new sense of who you are through education. Who and how will gain from reading this book? People who choose to read educated get a lot of real benefits, such as the ones below. As a powerful example of how education can change lives and how strong the human spirit is, it is an inspiring testament to both ideas. Tara's amazing journey shows that any problems in school can be solved with hard work and a desire to learn. It not only makes people think more critically, but it also makes them question what they think and believe. Because Tara's point of view changes, readers are forced to think about other points of view and the things that have shaped their own understanding of the world. In this way, it shows the complicated relationships within the family and the struggles that come with balancing different realities in a rich and caring way. By reading this book, the reader will gain useful understanding of how hard it is to keep family ties strong while also working on personal growth and creating a unique identity for oneself. It's clear that education is important because it has a big effect on more than just learning facts. It also has a big effect on personal growth, self-discovery, and the ability to interact with the world in a smarter and more meaningful way. Educated by Tara Westover is a book that I think you should read. Without any conditions, I fully back you up. This book is more than just a memoir. It's an inspiring story of bravery, strength, and the insatiable desire to learn that is part of being human. You will be hooked from the very first page on because of Westover's beautiful writing and honest opinions. It will make you think about how much education shapes a person's life. She made it from the dark corners of isolation to the halls of Cambridge. This shows how strong we all are to learn, grow, and ultimately educate ourselves. We're glad you could join us today for Book Depths and Insights. The thing we hope is that our conversation has sparked your interest and made you want to find out more about Tara Westover's truly amazing life. Please remember to stay tuned for our next episode, where we'll talk about yet another interesting book.